The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. The Perks of Being a Wallflower is a wonderful coming of age story that is both heartfelt and thought provoking. It is an excellent read for teenagers and adults alike. It is a reminder that even though life can be tough sometimes, we are never truly alone. We just need to find the right people to connect with. This novel, written in a unique first person narrate style that really allows the reader to connect with Charlie, the protagonist. Charlie writes the entire book as a series letter to an anonymous friend. The reader never learns who this friend is, and the friend never write back. Each letter begins with greetings like "Dear friend," and it ends with "Love always, Charlie." Because the recipient of the letter never writes back, and the novel reads like a series of a diary. And so now let's be discussing the settings of the novel. The novel is set in the suburbs of Pittsburgh in the early 1990s. Charlie's school, Pittsburgh Central High School, serve as the central location of the novel, and his interaction with other students, teachers, and administrators often drive the plot. And that was the settings of the story. So now let's be discussing the main character of the novel. Charlie and his newfound friends Patrick and Sam form a tight band and spend their time discussing about music, literature, and Charlie finds himself attracted to Sam, and this feeling causes him to struggle with his sexuality. So Charlie. Charlie is a quiet, passionate, and kind individual. He has a solid sense of right and wrong and a big heart. He is devoted to his friend and will go out of his way to support them. Even if it puts him in awkward situation, he is deep thinker as well, and he often finds himself questioning the reality in which he lives. Sam. Sam is the one that Charlie confides in about his background and his difficulties, and she offers him a secure environment in which to express his emotion. She encourages him to push himself outside in his comfort zone and take chances and act as a source of strength of him. And also, there is Patrick, who is outgoing and very introverted person, who encouraged Charlie to come out of his shell. Now let's discuss the minor of the characters. Bill served as a mentor and a father figure to Charlie, providing him with guidance as he navigates his teenage years. He is understanding and encourages Charlie to express himself through the writing and helps Charlie to confront his own past and move forward. A kind, wise, and understanding teacher that helps Charlie to make sense of the new world. This Mr. Anderson, or what should be called Bill, this person is the most important character of the novel. Mr. Anderson gives him a book titled Catcher in the Rye. He is a English teacher, by the way. He, as Charlie, the protagonist, uses book a way to escape from the pressure and expectation of life. The book turns to cope up with these emotions. And now let's discuss emotions. Aunt Helen, Charlie' eccentric aunt that helps to understand the importance of family. She is free spirit who has a unique outlook on life. Mary Elizabeth is a confidante to Charlie, providing him with a listening ear when he needs it most. Alice is a friend that Charlie can rely on. Brad also serves as a reminder that of what it is like to be a teenager that struggle that come along with. And that was the minor character of the novel.
Plot summary of the book The Perks of Being a Wallflower. The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Jabowski is a novel that tells the story of Charlie, a high school freshman who's struggling to cope with the loss of his best friend and facing the challenges of being an adult. The novel is written in the form of letters that Charlie writes to an anonymous recipient, detailing his experiences and emotion as he navigates his first year of high school. Rising action. Charlie is initially isolated and struggles to make friends, but he eventually finds a group of misfits who take him under their wing. Through his interaction with his new friends, including the charismatic and troubled Patrick and the beautiful but troubled Sam, Charlie begins to come out of his shell and experience some of the joys and tribulations of adolescence. However, he also grapples with mental health issues, including depression and anxiety, and that threaten to delay his progress. Climax. The climax of the novel occurs when Charlie comes to the realization that his repressed memories of mental health his repressed memories of childhood trauma are the root of his mental health struggles. The revelation causes Charlie's emotional breakdown and suicide attempt, which propels him to seek out the help he needs in order to confront his past and move forward. The following action. After receiving professional help and confronting his traumatic past, Charlie begins to heal and rebuild his life. He reconnects with his friends, including Patrick and Sam, and finds new opportunities for self-expression and personal growth. Resolution. In the final pages of the novel, Charlie has made significant progress in his journey towards self-acceptance and healing. He embraces his love of literature and begins to think about his future with optimism and excitement. The novel ends with on a hopeful note, with Charlie recognizing the importance of finding one's place in the world and transformative power of human connection.
Now we'll be discussing the conflict. The conflict of the novel has it's an external internal conflict, which is self man versus itself, and the external conflict for this is man versus the society. The main conflict for this, the external conflict, is when Charlie struggle itself, when Charlie struggle on his self, the anger that he had, the backing out of his childhood, and him piecing everything together, the sexual abuse he endured, and how he kept quiet for so long, and he was a prisoner in his own mind and thoughts. The movie was beyond amazing. That was the conflict of the novel, as Charlie struggled to find a balance between his need for emotional security and his needs for emotional connection. He is faced with the dilemma of either keeping his secrets to himself and maintaining his emotion security, or opening up to his feelings and risking emotional vulnerability.
The author's point of view. The narrative point of view used by the author Stephen Chbosky in the book The Perks of Being a Wallflower is first person. The story is told through the perspective of the protagonist Charlie, who narrates his experiences and emotions in a series of letters that he writes to an unknown recipient throughout his freshman year of high school. This narrative approach allows the reader to see the world through Charlie's eyes and gain insight into his inner thoughts and feelings. It also provides a sense of intimacy and immediacy to the story, as the reader is able to feel more connected to Charlie's struggles and triumphs as they unfold. The first person point of view also helps to convey the personal and introspective nature of the story, which focuses on the protagonist's emotional journey and growth over the course of the novel.
I feel infinite. It is the tagline of the novel. Charlie's legendary line. The film opens and closes with the infinity tunnel, which Charlie experienced the infinite experience with Sam and Patrick. They're standing up in the truck while Patrick is driving. the way they're holding their arms, and enjoy the surrender to the expansive and never ending tunnel. And this is where Charlie finds it infinite.